Seasons like the one the University of Northern Colorado Bears experienced in 1996 come around maybe once in a lifetime. Coaches and players dream about such seasons, and rarely, if ever, do those dreams come true. 1996 was indeed a dream season, which ended in a way that only dreams can. Now, we relive the excitement, the drama, and the miracles as TCI Channel 8 presents UNC's championship season. The Bears find a way. There is something to be said for reaching a goal the old-fashioned way, by combining heart, character, hard work, and perseverance. The satisfaction seems to soak deeper when one accomplishes in that manner. No freebies, no shortcuts, no gimmicks to help get the job done, just plain effort. The 1996 University of Northern Colorado Bears opened fall drills fresh off of a return to the Division II playoffs the previous season. While the team lost several key players to graduation, there were plenty coming back and others ready to fill the shoes of the departed. Back at quarterback was Tom Beck, a second-team All-North Central Conference performer in 1995. Back was All-America offensive tackle Tony Ramirez and two of his starting line mates. Back was tight end Andy Haase, who was fourth on the team in receptions as a sophomore. Back was nearly every starter on the defensive line, including end Pat Kimball, who was a second-team All-NCC performer in 95. Honorable mention All-Conference end Aaron Smith and defensive tackle Jim Porter also returned. Back was first-team All-Conference linebacker Brian Monroe, whose ability led the coaches to move him from the outside to the middle. And back was All-America punter Dirk Johnson, who was ready to make his mark as a starter in the secondary. Where there were questions, the Bears seemed to have the answers. Junior tailback Billy Holmes was ready to emerge from the shadow of the great Gaynor Blackman, whose brilliant career ended with 14 UNC records. Sophomore wide receiver Steve Kensinger was healthy after a season off due to shoulder surgery, and he was ready to solidify a receiving corps that lost two starters to graduation. The quartet of 9 deuce cornerbacks was there to bring talent and experience to a defensive backfield which lost 3 of its 4 starters. Expectations for 1996 were high, and everything seemed to be in place for the Bears to return to the Division II playoffs and possibly go beyond. Talented coaches and players, a favorable schedule, and the growing tradition of being a contender for the North Central Conference title each year. Little did the Bears know that nothing would come easily during the 1996 season. Nothing would go according to plan, and nothing would surprise them by the end of the year. Yet for all that was to come, the Bears would also take on the identity of a team that would stop at nothing to find a way back to the Division II playoffs and find a way to make an improbable run at a national championship. The 1996 season began on Saturday, September 7th at Nottingham Field in Greeley against the Western State Mountaineers. In 1994, Western State came to Greeley and recorded a shocking upset over Northern Colorado. There would be no such result in 96. The Bears opened the scoring in the first quarter on fullback Mark Ciccarelli's first collegiate touchdown, a 12-yard run. The lead was 13-0 at halftime. Grable right, Kensinger left. Beck drops the snap, picks it up, play fakes, wants to go deep down the middle. He wants Kensinger, makes the catch, and it's 6 points for UNC as he got it past McCarty. 46 yards, and the Bears lead it 13-0 with 9:40 to go before halftime. Get used to that connection. Beck to Kensinger. In the third quarter, UNC turned the game into the blowout most people expected. First, Beck hit LeJean Vivens on an 8-yard touchdown pass. After a Tony Roberson interception, Billy Holmes scored on a 35-yard run. And after the defense stuffed Western State 3 plays and out, Brian Scott blocked a Brent Werner punt and took it into the end zone. 3 touchdowns in under 6 minutes pushed the Bears' lead to 33-0. Add a 29-yard field goal by Mike Schauer and Steve Kensinger's blocked punt and subsequent return for a score, and the Bears rolled to a 43-0 victory. UNC set an NCAA record with the 2 blocked punt returns for touchdowns, and the Bears were off to a 1-0 start. In Week 2, Northern Colorado traveled to the Western Slope to battle the Mesa State Mavericks in Grand Junction. It was another mismatch waiting to turn into a rout. It did not take long. Delano Washington blocked a punt on Mesa's first possession, and Tom Beck hit tight end Andy Haase on a 2-yard touchdown toss 4 plays later to get UNC on the board. Up 14-0 heading to the second quarter, the Bears' special team struck for a score when Dirk Johnson took Nathan Ratliff's punt and rumbled 27 yards. 2.5 minutes later, the rout was a reality as Beck and Vivens connected for the second time, this one from 68 yards out.
Ciccarelli and Holmes in the eye, 2 tight ends for Tom Beck and the UNC offense. Now Beck might want to change the play. Long count. He gets it off. Play action. Good fake. He wants the post down the middle. Vivens is open. Has it at the 25. Right side to the 10. Touchdown, Northern Colorado.
As if an exclamation point were needed, UNC nonetheless added one on the second half kickoff. Senior Jesse Tan hit the wedge and kept on going. 96 yards for the score. Mark Ciccarelli added a 2-yard touchdown reception, and Billy Holmes and James Stovall each chipped in with long scoring runs. Stovall's an 82-yarder, and the Bears ran away with a 59-14 decision. Northern Colorado outgained Mesa State on the ground 266-53 and had an incredible 578 yards to 246-yard advantage in total offense. Northern Colorado was 2-0, but the real season had yet to begin. The North Central Conference has stood the test of 75 rugged years. Season in and season out, the North Central Conference is the toughest in all of Division II football. There is no easy week, no game that any team can afford to take for granted and expect to win. Over the years, its highly competitive nature has earned it the title of the Big Ten of Division II. In 1996, Northern Colorado had the pleasure of welcoming the 3-time defending NCC champion and 5th-ranked North Dakota Fighting Sioux to Nottingham Field in the conference opener. In a league where winning ugly seems to be the only way to go, Northern Colorado never looked so good. Down 3-0 in the second quarter, UNC embarked on a 5-play, 58-yard drive which culminated on redshirt freshman Keith Grable's 39-yard touchdown reception, the first scoring grab of his career, and the Bears led 7-3 with 7:20 remaining before halftime. By the third period, there was little doubt that the game was a classic North Central Conference grinder predicated by stingy defense and field position. After the UNC defense forced North Dakota to punt deep in its own territory, the Bears drove 37 yards and built the lead to 14-3 with 4:53 left in the third. Late in the game, North Dakota trailed 14-6 and had the ball on its 4-yard line. 2-time first-team All-North Central Conference linebacker Brian Monroe quickly extinguished the Sioux's flickering hopes. 1st and 10, the Sioux at their own 4-yard line. Bears go traditional 4-3. Clancher to throw from the end zone. A lot of time over the middle. Intercepted by Monroe at the 15. Right side to the 10. Touchdown, Northern Colorado! And the Bears may have clinched it on the 15-yard interception return by Monroe. In what would be a foreshadowing of things to come, the UNC defense and special teams led the way. The Bears held North Dakota to 40 rushing yards and 157 yards of total offense. And Bears punter Dirk Johnson brought an ample supply of magic dust for his nimble feet, successfully executing 2 fake punt runs and pinning North Dakota inside its own 5-yard line with boots of 68 and 34 yards. The final score read Northern Colorado 21, North Dakota 6. But in a further indication of the way the season would turn, the Bears lost the services of starting defensive tackle Donovan Brown and backup fullback Kenyatta Algie for the rest of the season due to injuries. Starting fullback Brian Applewhite's season was already over. He had a second shoulder operation in his future, and backup Mark Ciccarelli missed the North Dakota game thanks to cartilage damage to his knee. In addition, tailback Billy Holmes aggravated an earlier ankle injury, and backup middle linebacker Don Plute, already out with a broken hand, was now facing the reality of surgery. Northern Colorado headed to Vermillion, South Dakota for another big NCC showdown, anything but healthy. The win over North Dakota had propelled the Bears up to 5th in the Division II Top 20 and 2nd in the Midwest Regional Poll. But the number 19 South Dakota Coyotes had 7,834 homecoming fans behind them in a battle of 3-0 teams in Week 4. Tom Beck and Keith Grable combined on an 8-yard scoring pass midway through the second quarter to give UNC its first lead of the game, 10-7. Early in the third, South Dakota built on its 14-10 halftime advantage when Jason Lieber made a spectacular 30-yard touchdown catch. The Bears trailed 21-13 with 3.5 minutes left.
Critical play now, Bears. Either out, I think out of timeouts, and they've got to score a touchdown on this drive, Mike, because I don't think they'll get the ball back if they don't score here.
Third down 10 from the Coyote 29. A receiver to either side. Backs are split. Beck to throw. Good protection. Deep down the left side. Kensinger reaches up. Bobbling catch in the end zone for the touchdown over Duggar. Can you believe that? The Bears are within 2 with 3:25 to go on a miraculous catch by Kensinger.
Grable's 2-point conversion catch tied the score at 21. South Dakota's Joe Whitney put the Coyotes ahead with a 32-yard field goal with but 28 seconds to go, and the Bears had little reason to believe they had any shot of pulling off a win.
Whitney has it teed at the 35. He'll squib it down the middle. Takes a hop. Left side, it's Scott Zimmerman at the 25 to the 30. Zimmerman will be brought down at the 32-yard line. He pitches it to Tan. Left side, he's to the 40. Jesse loose to the 50, to the 40, the 30. He is going to go to the 10, and he's pulled down at the 7-yard line. Zimmerman on his way down pitched it or rolled it over to Jesse Tan, and the Bears are inside the 10 with 14 seconds to go. Can you believe that?
The incredible kickoff return resulted in Shower's 24-yard field goal with no time left in regulation, and the game was tied at 24 as the teams went to overtime, an element brand new to college football in 1996. After Whitney drilled a 34-yard field goal, Shower just slid his 42-yard attempt wide left, and South Dakota escaped with a thrilling 27-24 victory. But hidden in the heartbreak of UNC's first loss of the season was the hint that the miraculous would become merely routine for the 1996 Northern Colorado Bears. After the tough loss to South Dakota, Northern Colorado was by no means out of the North Central Conference race. The league season was only 2 weeks old. Yet, there was also no denying that the Bears had again fallen short in a big game on the road. With 4 of its last 5 games away from Nottingham Field, UNC could ill afford to slip in its upcoming 2-game homestand. Game 1 was against the Mankato State Mavericks, and Northern Colorado jumped up early in the first quarter. Krell takes the snap, little bit of a rush. He just gets it off over Washington. High floater, Kensinger right hash at the 8-yard line. Starts left, gets a great block by Vogt. Stops at the 15, ducks inside to the 20, back to the sideline 25, loose at the 30. He's to the 40. Another block, he's loose at midfield. He's going to go the distance. Kensinger at the 30, the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Northern Colorado on a 92-yard punt return. It was the second longest punt return in UNC history, and it helped the Bears carry a 12-10 lead into halftime. Late in the third, with UNC ahead 26-20, Brian Scott recovered a fumbled snap on a Mankato State punt, and quarterback Tom Beck gave the Bears some much-needed breathing room. 1st and 10 at the Maverick 29. Grable left, Kinzinger right. I set Muhammad and Ciccarelli. Long count for Beck. Maverick stacked that line of scrimmage. Option to the left side. Fake pitch. Beck to keep. Has an alley 30. Left side 20. He cuts back at the 10. He gets away to the 5. He strolls in for the Northern Colorado touchdown. 2:19 to go in the third, and Tom Beck is scored on the ground for the third time this afternoon, to the delight of the homecoming faithful at Nottingham. Mark Ciccarelli's 54-yard touchdown jaunt with 4:44 left in the game capped a big second half for the Bears, one which saw them outscore Mankato State 32-17 en route to a 44-27 win on homecoming day. Up next for the Bears was perennial power North Dakota State, which limped into Greeley after back-to-back losses to traditional conference doormats Nebraska Omaha and Augustana. Early on, the Bison showed they were in no mood to lose 3 games in a row. 2 first-quarter scores put NDSU up 14-0 before the UNC defense flexed its muscles. 2nd and 7 from the 8. Unbalanced line to the left side this time. Split backs. Feeney runs to the left side. He'll keep. He's dragged down by Chris Wild. Ball loose. Wild has it at the 5. Touchdown, Northern Colorado. Wild had a hold of Feeney. Another Bear came in and stripped the ball away, and Wild picked it up at the 5 and went in. It was only momentary relief for the Bears. A safety and Jake Morris's second touchdown run of the first half carried North Dakota State to a dominating 23-7 lead with just under 9 minutes remaining before halftime. UNC linebacker Brian Scott forced a fumble out of NDSU quarterback Rob Hyland to set up a 6-yard touchdown run by Tom Beck, and then after a Bison punt, Beck capped a 60-yard drive with an 18-yard touchdown pass to tight end Ryan Richards, his first career scoring grab, and UNC was within 23-21 in a wild first half. The Bears finally passed the Bison on what turned out to be Mike Shower's longest field goal of the season, a 47-yarder with 5:02 remaining in the third quarter. Noland Easton forced and recovered a fumble on the ensuing kickoff, and Andy Haase built on the Bears' lead with a fine catch and run. 2nd and 9, Bears at the Bison 21. Grable right, Kinzinger left. H-back to the right side is Andy Haase. Lone setback is Billy Holmes. Tom Beck wants to throw. Good protection. Zips it left flat. He's got Haase on the move. 15 to the 10 down the sideline. Hurdles over and scores the touchdown. 30-23 with 4:41 to go as Andy Haase flies in for the score. Linebacker Scott Zimmerman recorded a big sack on NDSU's next drive, and UNC took advantage of great field position, needing only 6 plays and 2.5 minutes to cover 53 yards. Billy Holmes' 7-yard reception gave Northern Colorado a 38-23 lead, and the Bears had reeled off 31 unanswered points. Try as they might, the Bison could only get as close as 38-36. Northern Colorado was now 5-1, 3-1 in the NCC, and the Bears had handed North Dakota State their 3rd straight defeat for the first time since 1975, much to the disappointment of no one wearing blue and gold. It was on to play the Nebraska Omaha Mavericks at Al Caniglia Field in Omaha. Al Caniglia Field, a bottomless pit of futility for the Northern Colorado Bears. In Week 7, the Bears carried their 8-game, 21-year losing streak at Caniglia Field into play against the upstarts of the North Central Conference. UNC was without the services of starting wide receivers Steve Kinzinger and LeJean Bivens, and tailback Billy Holmes was not yet completely over his ankle injury. In the first quarter, the injury bug bit the offensive line as guard Colin Runge went down with a sprained knee ligament. In the second period, the Bears recovered a fumble at the Mavericks' 31-yard line and put together a 6-play scoring drive. Billy Holmes made his way into the end zone from 16 yards out, and UNC led 7-0. Late in the half, a muffed punt gave UNO the ball at the UNC 5, and Jake Young's 4-yard catch brought the Mavericks within 7-6 at the break. In the second half, while the Bears' offense struggled, the defense held firm until the special teams put points on the board.
Burrell stands at his 12. Tan to receive it at the Bear 39. 5:15 to go in the third. 7-6 UNC. Bears shifting along the punt return front. They come and they almost get it. High wobbler that hangs up in the wind, bounces at the Omaha 45, taken by Johnson at the 50, right sideline to the 40, he's to the 30, the 20, the 10, Derek Johnson has scored the touchdown!
Johnson's 47-yard return stretched UNC's lead to 14-6 at the 4:56 mark of the third quarter. The Mavericks responded with Mickey Corey's short touchdown run nearly 3 minutes later and added a field goal midway through the fourth quarter to come away with a 15-14 victory. Another heartbreaking road loss, another starter felled by injury, and no relief in sight. The loss to Nebraska-Omaha left UNC with a record of 5 wins and 2 losses in the playoff hunt, but if the pattern from previous seasons held true, Northern Colorado would need to win its final 4 games to advance, and 3 of those games were on the road, including the one against the St. Cloud State Huskies. Northern Colorado was in desperate playoff straits and simply had to win. St. Cloud led 13-10 heading to the third quarter when the Northern Colorado offense snapped out of the dreary mist at Selke Field. A crisp 9-play, 79-yard drive gave the Bears a 17-13 lead midway through the quarter.
Left, now Grable in motion to the right on 1st and 10 from the 15. Holmes sweeps left, cuts back to the 10, rolls over a Husky to the 5, turns hard and stretches close. He is in for the touchdown.
The Huskies' Adam Cramlett, though, intercepted a Tom Beck screen pass, and St. Cloud converted the turnover into Todd Bauman's 8-yard run, which put St. Cloud back up 20-17. After UNC's Mike Schauer knotted the game at 20 with a 36-yard field goal seconds into the fourth quarter, St. Cloud took command of the game, and it was Bauman himself who gave the marching orders.
3rd and 2 from the Bear 49. 2 tight ends, a wingman to the right side, an eye set behind Bauman. Play action, Bauman to scramble left. He's to the 50. Dirk Johnson can't grasp him to the 40. Down the left sideline to the 30, the 20, the 10. Touchdown, St. Cloud. 49 yards for Bauman, and the Huskies lead at 26-20 with 7:45 to go.
A cold, damp day ended with a 30-20 loss to St. Cloud and left Northern Colorado with an overall record of 5-3. To add to the defeat, the Bears' sensational wide receiver and return specialist Steve Kensinger injured his left shoulder for a 3rd time, virtually ending his football career. Center Derek Frazier went down with a severely bruised knee as well. Their postseason hopes had been all but extinguished, doused by the Huskies in the oncoming Minnesota winter and barely even smoldering as the banged and beaten Bears limped home. The 2 road losses to Nebraska, Omaha, and St. Cloud State had left Northern Colorado on the outside of the playoff picture looking in as the number 11 South Dakota State Jackrabbits came to Greeley in Week 9. The playoffs were hardly the concern, though, for a team that had no healthy, experienced backup offensive lineman, was turning the ball over with startling regularity, and was running out of its supply of big plays. Head coach Joe Glenn and the Bears took to the green grass of home on November 2nd, and the magic returned.
O'Brien, the second leading punter in the conference, at 44 yards in effort to kick it away to Jesse Tan, who stands at his 10. Low snap. Here comes the rush, and it's blocked. It's rattled around at the 35. It's scooped up by Scott, and the Bears are set up in Jackrabbit territory as the special teams does it again. I think it was Tony Roberson, the first one in, Ray, as the Bears regain the big play magic at Nottingham.
Yeah.
Boucher to throw, zips it over the middle, intercepted by the Bears' Tony Roberson. Playing free safety in the nickel package, he comes up with his 5th pick of the year. And the Bears get another big play, this one by the defense. On a 1st and 10 play, Ciccarelli has room up the middle, to the 40, cuts to the left to the 30, to the 20, he will go into the end zone, and the Bears lead it 13-0 on the 45-yard scamper by Ciccarelli. Can you believe that? This team does not even resemble the one that lost the last 2 ball games away from this facility. The contrast is simply unbelievable.
UNC stormed out of the gates and raced to a 14-0 lead on first quarter touchdown runs by Billy Holmes and Mark Ciccarelli. Every time South Dakota State tried to get something going, the UNC defense turned the Jackrabbits away. Linebacker Scott Zimmerman ended one SDSU drive by sacking quarterback Noel Boucher. 5 different defenders combined for a total of 6 sacks. Tony Roberson and Jesse Tan both snared interceptions. Holding a 14-6 lead entering the fourth quarter, the Bears finally sent the Jackrabbits packing on Billy Holmes' 9-yard score with 4:15 to go. UNC 21, South Dakota State 6. Despite losing starting tight end Andy Haase and tackle Tashi Williams to knee injuries, Northern Colorado had found a way to win again and also had found a way to jump right back into the playoff hunt. The Bears had overcome the injuries and the stretches of poor play and now only needed to win their last 2 games and have Nebraska-Omaha defeat South Dakota State in order to make the playoffs. In Week 10, Northern Colorado took its 6-3 overall record and 4-3 conference mark up against the Morningside Chiefs at Roberts Stadium in Sioux City, Iowa. The Chiefs were 1-8 overall, 0-7 in the NCC. Mark Ciccarelli's 2-yard run with 9.5 minutes left in the third quarter broke up a 0-0 game. Then UNC made it 14-zip 5 minutes later.
10 from the Chiefs, 37. Holmes dots the I behind Ciccarelli. Tom Beck on the draw to Holmes. Darts to the right, cuts back to the 30, in the clear to the 20. He's to the 10, hit at the goal line, and he's in for the UNC touchdown. 37 yards for Holmes, and the Bears lead it 13-0 with 4:25 to go in the third.
Holmes tied UNC's single-game rushing record with 224 yards. Mike Shower's 22-yard field goal with 5:29 to go sealed Northern Colorado's 17-7 victory and left UNC one win from its second consecutive playoff appearance. Football is not a game for the faint of heart. It is a rough game meant to be played regardless of the conditions. But there is football weather, and then there is what the Northern Colorado Bears experienced at Howard Wood Field in Sioux Falls, South Dakota in Week 11 of the 1996 season. As if the steady sleet, driving wind, and frigid temperatures were not bad enough, a sheet of ice blanketed the field. The tundra was literally frozen over. Howard Wood Field more resembled Howard Wood's skating rink. In weather and field conditions that were well beyond miserable, Northern Colorado went after a berth in the playoffs against the Augustana Vikings. Tom Beck's 11-yard touchdown pass to Omar Zuniga on UNC's first drive gave the Bears a 7-0 lead, and they looked at the Vikings in the rearview mirror the rest of the way. With 3 minutes left in the first, Billy Holmes broke loose on a 45-yard scamper.
Ciccarelli leads Holmes in the I. Beck under his center, Derek Frazier. Tapping at Frazier. Now he'll take the snap. Holmes up the middle to the 40, and he rumbles ahead past the 40, loose right side to the 30, in the clear to the 20, outraces the defense to the 10, and he's in for the touchdown.
Up next was Jesse Tan, who weaved his way 51 yards on a punt return for another score. It was 28-7 when Tom Beck raced 18 yards around the right side for the Bears' 5th touchdown.
Abel left, Zuniga right. Holmes alone set back in the 2 tight end set. Augustana goes with 4 down linemen. Fake counter. Beck to roll to the right. Gets a block from Ben Dokas. Gets the corner to the 15. Gets another block to the 10. Into the corner of the end zone. Touchdown UNC.
Mark Ciccarelli's 16-yard bolt with 7 minutes left iced the game for UNC, a heartwarming 41-7 triumph. Northern Colorado rolled up 367 yards of total offense in the romp, 347 on the ground. Meanwhile, the defense limited Augustana to a token 165 yards, only 40 by way of the run. The Northern Colorado Bears had done it. They had persevered, they had overcome, and they had found a way to make it to the Division II playoffs with a record of 8 wins and 3 losses. It was an amazing accomplishment for a team that had lost 5 starters for the year due to injuries. In addition, 13 other regulars missed substantial time during the season. After lofty preseason expectations, Northern Colorado was indeed back in the playoffs, although the road traveled was a little different than originally expected, and the road ahead would even further test the limits of the miraculous. There is more to come on The Bears Find a Way.
If you only watched broadcast channels, this is what TV would be like. You'd miss out on a ton of movies, you'd lose a score of sporting events, and you'd never see a big slice of great news reports. So next time you turn on the television, look at the big picture. TCI, it's what you watch.
What can you bank on?
What a beautiful morning.
The sun coming up.
Honey, they're home.
The cows coming home.
It's that time again.
24 hours in a day. What else can you bank on? Union Colony Bank, located in Windsor, 23rd Avenue in Greeley, North Greeley and Jerry's Market, and coming soon to West Greeley at 10th Street and 54th Avenue. Union Colony Bank. Bank on it.
No, I don't believe this guy.
It's our dealership's 8th annual Trailer-Rama. You can win a solid chrome double wide with a pop-out gunroom. Come register to win.
I do believe these guys.
Well, we feel very comfortable in coming to Weld County Garage because of the way we're treated by the sales department as well as the service department.
I believe in Weld County Garage.
In 4 previous tries, the Northern Colorado Bears had been unable to win a playoff game. If 1996 were to be the year for UNC's first ever postseason win, it would have to come in a place called the Jungle. Brandenburg Field, Carney Smith Stadium in Pittsburg, Kansas, the home of the Pittsburg State Gorillas, who finished the year with 8 wins and 2 losses and ranked 7th in the nation. In 1995, the Bears season came to an end in the Jungle as Pittsburg State claimed a 36-17 win in the opening round of the playoffs. The football tradition at Pittsburg State University is unparalleled. Heading into the 1996 playoff game against Northern Colorado, Pittsburg State had posted 514 wins in 89 years of collegiate football, the highest win total in NCAA Division II. Since 1986, Pittsburg State had won 122 games, the most of any college football program in the United States, regardless of classification. In addition, the Gorillas were even more dominating at home. 59 wins, no losses, and 1 tie during the regular season since the final game of the 1984 campaign. Furthermore, they had compiled an amazing record of 43 wins, 1 loss, and 1 tie in all games in the Jungle since the beginning of the 1990 season. The only blemishes on Pittsburg State's home record in the last 7 years were a 6-6 tie with Missouri-Rolla in 1990 and an 18-12 triple overtime loss to North Dakota State in the first round of the 1994 playoffs. Simply put, nobody goes to the Jungle and comes out alive. On Saturday, November 23rd, the Bears ventured in. On Northern Colorado's first possession, Pittsburg State made it look like 1996 would be a carbon copy of 1995. Freshman Andrew Poling intercepted Tom Beck, went 43 yards for a touchdown, and the Gorillas jumped into the lead 7-0 with 12 minutes left in the first quarter. Midway through the first, the Bears started at their own 13 and got the offense in gear. Billy Holmes ripped off a 24-yard run, which put the ball near midfield. 6 plays later, 24 was again the magic number.
1st and 10 from the Pitt State 24. Keith Grable slot left inside of Zuniga. Here's a counter, left side. Billy Holmes has the corner 20, 15, sideline 10. He dives into the corner of the end zone. Northern Colorado touchdown. An 87-yard drive, and the Bears are within 7-6 with 2:50 to go in the first quarter.
Holmes' touchdown gallop capped UNC's 10-play march, which consumed 5 minutes and 10 seconds. But Pittsburg State quickly countered. After taking the ensuing possession at their own 37-yard line, the Gorillas needed only 3 plays to cover 63 yards, and they broke the 7-7 tie.
2nd and 1 from the Bear 41. 4-man front, option to the right. Sechrist now to throw, airs it out down the middle. It is caught by Hudson at the 10, gets away to the 5. Touchdown, Pitt State. The senior with his 6th touchdown reception of the year, and the Gorillas lead it 13-7.
Zach Segrist's 41-yard pass to Chris Hudson put the Gorillas ahead 14-7 with 1:16 remaining in the first quarter. With Pittsburg State still up by a score late in the second, UNC's defensive captain Brian Monroe took center stage.
3rd and 11 for Pitt State at the Bear 42. Double receivers left. Wendler and Johnson behind Segrist, the quarterback. Play action. Segrist to roll. He'll set up over the middle. Pass intercepted by Monroe at the Bears 30. Left side to the 40. He chugs to the 45 and scoots out of bounds at the 48, and they'll get more yardage on the late hit.
After a pass and a run moved the ball to the Pittsburg State 25, Tom Beck scoured the jungle for receiver Keith Grable.
1st and 10 from the Pitt 25. Double receivers left. Daniels and Ciccarelli split behind Beck, who wants to throw. Looking into the end zone. Left corner wants Grable. Has it for the touchdown. And with 57 seconds left before halftime, the Bears are within 14-13 as the redshirt freshman Keith Grable brought it in.
Grable's 25-yard catch and the subsequent PAT enabled the Bears to go to halftime tied at 14, a far cry from 1995 when UNC trailed 26-7 after 2 quarters. With 5:31 left in the third and the game still knotted at 14, the Gorillas began to drive and went from their own 11 to the Bears' 9-yard line before stalling. Sophomore kicker Josh Barkas missed a 27-yard field goal, which would have given Pittsburg State the lead. 15 plays, 80 yards, 6 minutes and 49 seconds, and the Gorillas had no points to show for it. UNC went right to work. Fullback Mark Ciccarelli broke loose on a 38-yard scamper to get the ball to the Pittsburg State 2. The Bears then took their first lead of the game.
14-14 with 11:15 to go. 2nd and goal from the Pitt State 4. Double tight ends. Holmes alone behind Beck. Casco left, Keith Grable right. Fake pitch. Beck runs right. He will score the touchdown. And the Bears have jumped up 20-14 with 11:03 to go.
The Gorillas, though, had no intention of going quietly. On their next possession, they steadily moved from their 35 to the UNC 1 before Segrist punched it in to tie the score at 21 with 3:39 left in the game. Pittsburg State forced UNC to punt, but the Bears' defense turned the table on the Gorillas and coaxed a 34-yard effort out of Pittsburg State punter Brian Moorman deep in his own territory. 1 minute, 29 seconds remaining. 1st and 10 from the Gorillas' 44. Holmes' 19-yard run got the Bears in field goal range. Ciccarelli's 10-yard burst put UNC at the 10. The tension mounted, the drama heightened. With 4 seconds left, redshirt freshman Mike Schauer came on to try the biggest kick of his life and the biggest in UNC history.
4 seconds left, tied at 21. Mike Schauer to try a 27-yard field goal from the middle of the field out of Tom Beck's hold for the Bears' first ever postseason win against the winningest team in college football over the last decade. Beck checks with Schauer, the redshirt freshman. So much pressure riding on everything. Snap, place down, kick is on the way. It is good! And with 1 second to go, the Bears have come to Pittsburg State and shown that they are indeed the king of the jungle. 24-21 UNC. Flags are down because of excessive celebration. Pack your bags. The Bears are going to the regional final. Can you believe that?
Not only did Northern Colorado come out ahead on the scoreboard, the Bears also did better on the stat sheet. Billy Holmes rumbled for 118 of UNC's 192 rushing yards, while the Bears' defense shut down the Gorillas' vaunted veer offense, allowing but 141 yards on the ground, 114 yards below Pittsburg State's season average. Overall, Northern Colorado outgained Pittsburg State 340 to 266, earned 18 first downs to the Gorillas' 15, and committed only 4 penalties while watching Pittsburg State accumulate 8. All of that, plus Mike Schauer's last-second heroics and a never-say-die attitude, propelled Northern Colorado to the upset. Little did the Bears know that they had only finished Chapter 1 of their book of postseason magic. Due to unplayable field conditions at Rickenbrode Stadium in Maryville, Missouri, Northern Colorado returned to Nottingham Field in Greeley for the quarterfinals against the Northwest Missouri State Bearcats. The Bearcats finished the regular season ranked 2nd in the nation and had tied Pittsburg State for the Mid-America Conference Championship. Furthermore, Northwest Missouri was no stranger to the miraculous. In the first round of the playoffs a week earlier, the Bearcats went on the road and shocked Nebraska-Omaha 22-21 when quarterback Greg Teal threw a 17-yard touchdown pass to running back Jesse Haynes as time expired. By the end of the day, the Bears would have their full of Haynes. Similarly, Northwest Missouri was in for a full portion of UNC quarterback Tom Beck, who served up the appetizer on a 6-play, 36-yard drive after Brian Scott recovered Teal's fumble.
Beck, the senior out of Grand Junction, flips up Derek Frazier's towel. Now he's under center. Second and goal. Option to the right. Beck keeps, cuts up to the 5. He stretches, dives in. Touchdown, Northern Colorado. 6-0 Bears with 11:28 to go first quarter on Beck's 7th rushing touchdown of the season.
After punter Dirk Johnson tried an unsuccessful fake, Northern Colorado got its first taste of Haynes.
2nd and 5 from the UNC 37. Bears go 4-3 up the middle. Haynes has a crease up the middle to the 30, ahead to the 25, breaks away to the 20, to the 10. Touchdown, Northwest Missouri.
7-7, 4:07 left on the first quarter clock. On UNC's next possession, Beck carved up the Northwest Missouri State defense, moving the Bears 65 yards in only 3 plays.
2nd and 7 from the Bearcat 42. Again, in the split-back set, it's Holmes and Ciccarelli, and Beck will throw. Deep drop and great protection. Pump fake, zips it right side as Keith Grable gets away down the sideline. 20 to the 10, dives into the corner. He is out of bounds. No! Touchdown, Northern Colorado.
In the second quarter, the Bearcats battled back. Fullback Craig Evans raced 42 yards to get his team into UNC territory. On 3rd and goal from the Bears' 5, Aaron Smith put the heat on Teal and forced an incompletion, and also forced the Bearcats to bring on kicker Dave Purnell for a 23-yard field goal try.
He's 7 of 9 this year. His long is 41. Chris Greisen, the backup quarterback, will hold. On a 4th and goal from the 6, snap, placed down, kick is blocked. Washington got it. Loose in the end zone, it rolls to the back of the end zone, and the special teams comes up monumentally huge.
Still down 14-7, the Bearcats started another march the next time they had the ball. It took 7 plays to go from their 28 to the Bears' 12. On the 8th play, Teal scored to tie the game at 14 with 6 minutes 18 seconds remaining before halftime. After the Northwest Missouri defense forced a Northern Colorado punt, Dirk Johnson had trouble with the snap, and the Bearcats were set up at the UNC 17 and looked to go up by a touchdown. Instead, Tony Roberson lowered the boom.
Does the defense have a huge goal line stand in it before halftime? I'd be awfully surprised here if the Bearcats did not run something wide if they were to keep it on the ground. 3rd down and goal just outside the Northern Colorado 2, tied at 14 with 26 seconds to go before halftime. Bearcats break huddle. I set Haynes and Evans. Buckwalter, the wing on the right, he's in motion to the left. Teal turns, gives, no, he'll play fake, roll to the left side to the 5. He will go to the corner, knocked out of bounds by Roberson at the 1. Can you believe that? What a hit by the senior corner.
The touchdown-saving tackle and a procedure penalty forced the Bearcats to settle for Purnell's 25-yard field goal with 13 seconds left in the half, and Northwest Missouri led 17-14 at the break. The UNC defense provided the spark early in the 3rd quarter.
3rd and 5 for the Bearcats, own 10. Teal out of the shotgun with Haynes beside him. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Teal to throw, in trouble, zips it over the middle, intercepted by Bunning at the 25, running to the right at the 15, cuts back at the 10 and dives to the 8-yard line. 4th pick of the year for Bunning. Bears get their 2nd turnover and now are set up inside the 10.
The offense took care of business on the next play.
1st and goal from the 8, double tight ends. Casco right, Keith Grable left, Billy Holmes alone behind Beck. 6 across the front for the Bearcats, pitch right, here's Holmes to the corner to the 5, he's into the end zone, UNC touchdown, and the Bears lead it 20-17 with 10:23 to go in the 3rd.
Add the PAT and it was 21-17. It stayed that way until early in the fourth. With Teal on the sideline nursing a shoulder injury, sophomore backup quarterback Chris Greisen led the Bearcats to the go-ahead score. His 51-yard completion to Evans got the Bearcats to the UNC 36 before Haynes took care of the rest on a splendid 13-yard touchdown run with 8:53 to go. The Bearcats' lead remained 23-21 thanks to Washington, who blocked his second kick of the day. With 5 minutes, 29 seconds left and Northwest Missouri leading by 2 points, UNC running back Billy Holmes got things going. 4 consecutive carries took Northern Colorado from its own 9 to the 45. On Holmes' 5th straight carry, disaster struck UNC. Linebacker Dante Combs jumped on Holmes' fumble at the Bears' 38-yard line, and all of a sudden, the Bearcats could taste the semifinals. Greisen converted a 3rd and 16 situation as he drove the Bearcats to the Northern Colorado 1-yard line with under 2 minutes left. UNC head coach Joe Glenn knew his team was on the brink of elimination.
Honest to gosh, and I mean, seasons are made of stories like this. But we lost the ball, and I can't remember. It was somewhere after we lost the ball, and I think they had a big run or got it down inside. But they were pretty close to like our 1-yard line, and you can ask him. I said to Marty English, we're standing there, and I got that feeling that those people that were leaving the stadium had, you know, and I said to Marty, I said, Marty, we need a miracle.
Northern Colorado's miracle was named Matt Gilbert, Northwest Missouri's left tackle.
Greisen comes out with 2 tight ends. Lone setback is Haynes, a receiver to either side. Greisen sneaks, flag down. He's into the end zone, but there's a penalty flag down. Did somebody move early?
Yes, it's against the Bearcats.
Procedure on Northwest.
Whoa,
incredible.
Boy, that's big.
23-21 Northwest, 1:45 to go. This will bring 3rd and goal back at the 6 after he scored the touchdown.
Oh, boy, that's big.
That's right now what's keeping the Bears alive.
A second procedure penalty moved the ball back to the 11, and after Desi Lopez nailed Greisen for a 2-yard loss, Purnell hit a 30-yard field goal. Northwest Missouri State 26, Northern Colorado 21. The Bears took over at their 20-yard line with 1 minute and 35 seconds remaining in the game. 2nd down and 10.
Keith Grable to the right, Dean Grable slot left. Wide that way is Omar Zuniga. Holmes alone behind Beck. Tom will throw, drops back. Now he steps up at the 10, feels the heat, runs to the 20. He's got room straight ahead to the 30. Runs to the left, wants to get out of bounds, 35. Down the sideline, tiptoes for extra yardage. Out of bounds at the 42. 1:16 remains. Beck gains 22 yards on the scramble.
1st and 10 from the UNC 43.
Who will come up big? The Bears have believed all season. Dean Grable and Zuniga left. Keith Grable right. Holmes the lone setback. 1st down. Bearcats will rush 4 as Beck will throw. Back goes the senior. Over the middle has Holmes 45. Darts left and he's down to the 49-yard line. Bears might want to spike it here with 1:08 to go and the clock rolling. Everybody scrambling and UNC will take its final timeout.
2nd and 4 at the 49.
Keith Grable to the right. Omar Zuniga left. Bears go double tights with Holmes the lone setback. Tom Beck under center on 2nd and 3. He will throw. The Bearcats stunning. Pass down the middle. Caught by Holmes at the 30. He stretches to the 28-yard line. Billy Holmes with the big reception of 22 yards. The Bears not done yet.
2nd down, 10 yards to go at the Bearcats' 28.
50 seconds to go in the game. Dean Grable and Zuniga left. Keith Grable to the right. Holmes the lone setback. Beck drops back. Shovel pass to Holmes. He's up the middle to the 20. Jukes to the 15. And he rolls to the 14-yard line.
3rd and 5 at the 10.
24 seconds left. 2 receivers left. 1 to the right. Fade pattern to Keith Grable right side. It is incomplete. Flag down in the end zone. Keith Grable got his right hand on it, but it'll be Sutton or Nelson. It's Nelson down there who pushed Grable.
On 1st and goal from the 2-yard line, Captain Clutch and the Miracle Workers put the Bears in the semifinals.
18 seconds remain. Bears down 26-21. First and goal from the Northwest 2. Baxter split, Holmes and Ciccarelli. Double receivers right. Tom Beck rolls to the right side. Will he pass? Will he run? Still running in the end zone. Touchdown, Zuniga! Bears lead with 12 seconds to go. Can you believe that? Bedlam in Nottingham.
At 7 flip Ringo, and basically what we do is outside receiver runs like a hook, and the inside receiver's running a quick out. Billy Holmes is in the backfield over the tackle. All he does is fire off. He's just going to cut the guy down, you know, the force guy, so then I can get outside of him, and it's a run-pass option. And then on the backside, they're all just firming it up and blocking it hard, and we're trying to roll outside. So I really have 3 options. First is to the Keith Grable. Second was to Omar, and third was to run it. And I was thinking, I told him, I said, if Keith isn't open, I'm going to run this in. But I don't know. I mean, it would have been have to be tough if I could get that one in. But I saw Omar so wide open. I was just praying I didn't overthrow him and I could get it to him.
Biggest catch of your career? It has to be the biggest catch. It's you know, coming from Roosevelt, I wouldn't think we'd come back. I'd come to the UNC and be the last 4 teams and catch the winning ball. So this is a great catch. It's one of the greatest. That ball took forever to get to me. It's just I saw the spiraling coming in, and it just felt like forever.
Greisen out of the shotgun, 2 receivers to either side. Haynes alone behind him. Greisen to throw, steps up, zips it over the middle, caught at the 25. He's down, and there has been a miracle at Nottingham. Bears 27. Bearcats 26, Northern Colorado advances to the semifinals.
Northern Colorado had found a way again. The Bears were headed to the Division II semifinals to play Clarion University of Pennsylvania. In addition, Northern Colorado tied a school record with its 10th win of the season and also set a new UNC record with its 13th consecutive home victory. The Bears also remained undefeated at Nottingham Field, the record unblemished at 12-0. Clarion is a small community of approximately 6,000 residents nestled in the wooded hills of western Pennsylvania, where football reigns supreme. Memorial Stadium, its field soft, muddy, and chewed up, served as the site of the Division II semifinals between number 15 Northern Colorado and 8th-ranked Clarion. In the second quarter, the Golden Eagles marched 60 yards in 11 plays to take the lead on DeGitis' 1-yard score with 8:12 left. Tyler Pallison's PAT was no good, and Clarion was up 6-0. UNC tied it immediately.
Baxter split, Keith Grable in motion right. To the left it's Zuniga, 2nd and 10 from the 24. Holmes on the counter, right side, stumbles ahead. He's past the 30, outside right to the 40. Billy down the sideline to the 50, to the Clarion 40, cuts back to the 30, and he's ridden down at the 28-yard line. Holmes and Ciccarelli split behind Tom Beck, who flips up Frazier's towel, and Beck will drop back to throw. Deep drop beyond the 40, lofts it down the left sideline. Ciccarelli's open, makes the catch at the 10, and he steps out right there. He would have scored if he could have kept his balance. But as it is, it's a 22-yard gain, and it brings up 2nd and short. How did he get so open? 2nd and 3 from the 10. I set, Holmes and Ciccarelli. Keith Grable, a receiver left, 2 tight ends. Option to the right, back to fake pitch. He'll go to the 5, into the corner of the end zone, and Northern Colorado has tied it at 6 with 6:17 to go in the second quarter.
Mike Schauer pulled his extra point wide, and the score remained tied at 6 at the 6:17 mark of the second quarter. Not to be outdone, the Golden Eagles put together a 10-play, 79-yard scoring drive to retake the lead on 4th and 8 from the Bears' 33.
Mark Whitty right, Alvin Slaughter left. A wing to either side, DeGitis the lone setback. Chris Weibel with a straight drop, looking to the right, fires it. He's got Mark Whitty at the 20, ahead to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Golden Eagles!
2 minutes, 34 seconds left in the second, and it stayed 12-6 after Clarion's 2-point conversion pass was incomplete. The first time the Golden Eagles had the ball in the third quarter, they pushed the lead to 18-6.
Split backs behind Weibel. Wide to the right is Slaughter. Wing that way is Sakari. turn, and Weibel with a straight drop. Over the middle has Steve Whitty. Runs left to the 45, to midfield, down the left sideline to the 40, to the 30. Still loose at the 30, 25, to the 20. He's to the 10. Steve Whitty scores the Clarion touchdown.
Again, the two-point conversion pass failed. Desperately needing a score to get back in the game, the Bears, on their next possession, came through on their only 2 third-down conversions of the game.
3rd and 2 from the 50. Backs are split. Beck will throw. Good protection. Now he drifts to the right. Lost it down the right sideline. Lusk with a leaping grab at the 25, and he rolls out of bounds. What a play by the junior. And the Bears have it 1st and 10 at the 25 on the 25-yard connection.
Omar Zuniga left, Keith Grable to the right. Holmes and Ciccarelli side by side behind Beck. 3rd and 7 from the 8. Keith Grable in motion to the left, taps Beck on the way by. Tom to throw. Here comes the blitz. Left side, he wants Keith Grable. It is caught! Touchdown, Northern Colorado! One-on-one coverage, and Grable was able to get the better of Wisner.
Showers' point after pulled UNC to within 18-13 with 5:45 to go in the third. In the fourth quarter, Clarion turned away Northern Colorado on 4th and inches, but Frank Van Wert could not connect on a 29-yard field goal with 7:28 to go. Clarion again stuffed UNC on 4th and less than a yard, but could not put the game away. The Golden Eagles punted, and the Bears started at their own 25-yard line with 3:04 left in the game. 2nd and 14 from the 21 with 2:52 remaining.
Beck to throw, left side has Ciccarelli, ahead to the 20, trying to get out of bounds, gets away to the 25, down the sideline to the 30. He leaps over the 40-yard line, and he has a first down out near the 45. He did it all by himself.
1st and 10 at the UNC 47.
Offset eye with Holmes, the fullback. Beck to sprint out on 1st and 10. Pump fake. Looks back to the left. He wants Holmes down the sideline. Has it at the 20. He's down to the 10-yard line.
2nd and 14 from the Clarion 15.
Keith Grable right. Omar Zuniga left. Wing back to the right is Lusk. Holmes alone behind Beck. Under center facing the 4-man front. The senior back to pass. Deep drop. Left side in the corner. Out there it is. Caught by Zuniga. Touchdown Northern Colorado with 1:25 to go.
The Bears were unsuccessful on the 2-point conversion. Northern Colorado 19, Clarion 18. 1 minute 25 seconds left. Starting at his 26, Clarion's junior quarterback Chris Weibel looked to pull off his own miracle in the mud. 2 5-yard passes gave the Golden Eagles a first down at the 30, then a 12-yard toss to Steve Whitty moved the ball near midfield. 3rd and 12 at the Clarion 46.
16 seconds to go. Bears 19, Golden Eagles 18. Bears defense is ready. 2 plays left, maybe, for the Golden Eagles. Sakari, Mark Whitty to the right, Steve Whitty to the left, Dejitis alone behind Weibel. 3rd and long, Bears rush 4. Weibel wants to throw. Wants to go deep down the left side for Whitty. It is caught inside the 15 with 9 seconds left. He's at the 13-yard line. He was one-on-one with Delano Washington.
The game rested in the hands of the Clarion kicking game.
Mike Forney will hold, left hash mark from the 21-yard line. A 31-yard attempt, national title hopes on the line, a trip to the title game riding on this kick. The left footer taps his toe twice into the mud. Forney looking down at the spot, reaching for the snap. Place down. Kick is on the way. It is tipped. It is short. And Northern Colorado has come to the land where football is king and taken the Golden Eagles off their perch. 19-18, Northern Colorado will play for the Division II National Championship.
UNC's Delano Washington blocked Pallison's field goal. In the end, Clarion could only kick itself for missing out on a trip to the national championship. The Golden Eagles missed an extra point, field goals of 29 and 31 yards, and 2 2-point conversions. Meanwhile, Northern Colorado's postseason had reached epic proportions. The Bears had won 3 playoff games by 5 points. In addition, a total of 1 minute and 38 seconds remained on the clock when UNC scored the go-ahead points. The Northern Colorado Bears were headed to Florence, Alabama to play for the Division II National Championship. In a moment, Channel 8's Mike Vassa brings us the build-up to Northern Colorado's first ever appearance in the Division II title game as the Bears Find a Way continues.
Northern Colorado farms are some of the best in the nation. Crops and livestock are raised to provide food and commodities for the entire world. Agriculture is a unique, seasonal, and often a risky business with Mother Nature in charge of our destiny. It is important for us to have a bank we can count on that understands our local financial situation. This is Bud Bliss, and we know the First National Bank is committed to agribusiness and will be there through sunshine and rainy days.
Member FDIC.
Both satellite and cable TV can bring you news of the world. Both can tell you how gold's doing on the London market and how car makers are doing in Mexico. But cable brings you the really big events, like highlights of the city championship game between the Beech Grove Bombers and the Carlsbad Cougars, because cable carries local news. Satellite TV doesn't. TCI. We're a little more down to earth. Bread is fresh, the vegetables hot, and there's only one Mrs. Kiley's casserole. And there's only one TV in the entire house hooked up to their satellite dish. So if you're ever at the Kiley's and want to watch your favorite show after dinner, remember, it's first come, first served. Not so with cable. Cable lets everyone watch what they want, where they want, all at the same time, at a fraction of the cost of satellite TV. TCI. We're a little more down to earth.
On the game?
24-7 Bears.
All right. And you?
I'm thinking 14-3 Bears.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you again on behalf of the University of Northern Colorado. We are tickled to be here, and a lot of people, and Ken and I shared a radio show yesterday on ESPN Radio. There's an old expression I've always used everywhere I've been, and big time is where you're at. And believe me, this is big time for us. Thank you very much.
One of these ladies go with me. So we're winning right there. That's gonna be The reason why we got here is because of teamwork. We count on each other, whether it's in your classroom, whether it's on the playing field.
By now, everyone was caught up in the excitement of the Bears' success. Certainly people at home were ready to see Northern Colorado bring a title back to Greeley, and so were those who accompanied the team to Florence.
I've never been to Alabama before, and I was really excited to be here. And also just the camaraderie of all the parents and the boosters and the teams getting together for this championship game has been exciting.
I think it's just so exciting to be able to come and watch our kids and the clean games that we've seen in the playoffs that our team's been in, and just also to travel and total excitement.
Oh, we have been on the run all day long. We went downtown, went shopping, and out to lunch, and been seeing some of the sights here in town, and look forward to doing the same thing tomorrow.
We have some tentative plans to rent a convertible and drive to Graceland.
Oh.
Looking for an Elvis shower curtain.
We're visiting with Wayne Wells here. That's Hancock and I. One of the greatest insurance agents of all. Show him that picture, Wayne. Can Hold you that get picture up for that camera, right? Wayne Wells, John Hancock. Tell us when you were a part of UNC.
1946 to 49.
And what does it make you feel like to be here today with this kind of atmosphere?
It's wonderful. It's wonderful. Yeah,
isn't this great?
For all those boys from the 40s, we made it, guys.
I'll tell you, I think it was one of the most exciting nights that I've ever experienced. When that band hit and those kids up on that balcony, and they just picked up and they were lifted right up, and the rest of us went right along with them. It was so much fun.
It gets us some notoriety in a very competitive Colorado market that we usually don't get, and it's especially great for these kids, since as Joe pointed out last night, 87 of our 100 football players are from the state of Colorado, and it's just great for a team from Colorado to have a chance to play for a national championship.
Since the first time he ended up going to UNC, I wanted him to go to a bigger school. He wanted to go to a bigger school. But since he's been in UNC, the way that he's grown up and matured, and the way this particular team, there was always a difference between the freshmen then and there was seniors now. But now it's everybody as a group, and that's been the difference between when he was there and now.
Coach, early on in the season, somebody in particular gave you something of rather important value. Can you tell me a little bit of story about that? Well, 1969, the Bears went 10-0. That was the 100th year of college football, and it's the greatest season that the Bears ever had. John Zurbriggen, Steve Hayes is here tonight from Omaha, Nebraska. Joe Drew is en route as we speak, and Joe was a captain, but Joe gave me this coin at the start of the season, and he said, Coach Glenn, we flipped this at the coin toss at the beginning of the season and used it for all 10 games. It's a lucky coin. It has 100 years of college football written on it. It's a gold coin. Well, I took it from Joe with that in mind. And after the St. Cloud game, about halfway through the season, I was walking from the stadium back to the locker room, which was about a mile. And I skipped the bus ride, and I was walking. It started raining. I'm walking over the Mississippi River, and almost took this coin and set it afloat or a sink. And but I thought, nah, I'll just hang on to it and give it back to Joe when the season's over. And don't look now. From that point on, we have won every game. We're now one step away from the national championship. And if we should win the national championship, Joe will have to share this coin with Joe Gold.
That after you've been following him as long as I have, you just couldn't dream of missing it. So I had to pack my bags and get down here. I've been with somewhere around 30, 31 years, something like that. So it's been pretty special.
Youth is a source of seemingly limitless energy, limitless potential, and limitless accomplishment. It is a time when nothing matters, yet everything is important. It is a time when curiosity far outweighs the boundaries of possibility. In youth, thought and speech are simultaneous. In youth, obstacles are no match for the solutions. In youth, reality takes a backseat to the dream. Long before any coach or player has the opportunity to engage in a championship moment, he dreams about it. Every day, thousands of youngsters act out their fictional championships in cramped backyards, on lonely playgrounds, or in the twilight of darkening streets. Any place is sufficient, really, as long as there is a dream. There always seems to be one more play, one more chance to score the winning touchdown before the imaginary clock reaches zero. In fact, that timer only arrives at zero when the game-deciding touchdown has indeed been scored. That is the beauty of boyhood dreams. They have happy endings. Every once in a while, there comes a time when boyhood dreams can be realized, when the dream about winning it all intersects with the actual opportunity to do just that. For the University of Northern Colorado Bears, that time came on Saturday, December 14th, 1996 at Brawley Municipal Stadium in Florence, Alabama, when 15th ranked Northern Colorado played the number 6 Carson Newman Eagles in the Division II football championship.
UNC punted on its first 3 possessions of the game, Carson Newman on its first 2. The Eagles' third drive started at their 27-yard line and turned out to be the charm for Carson Newman. 2 receivers left. Backs are split. Westmoreland and Morton. They are about 3 yards behind Allen. Now they back up a yard. 1st and 5 from the 43, off the left side. Westmoreland, he's in the clear to the 40. Westmoreland to the 30, the 20, the 10. The Eagles lead at 6-0 as the Little General pops on a big touchdown run. Tyrone Westmoreland's 57-yard scoring run and the point after put the Eagles ahead 7-0 with 3:17 left in the opening quarter. Early in the second, UNC evened up the score. 2nd and 4 from the Eagles 36, a receiver to either side, and Beck drops back to pass. Goes deep down the middle, wants Hazy, he's there at the 5, he's into the end zone! Northern Colorado touchdown! Bears within 7-6 on Beck's 19th touchdown toss of the season. 7-7 at the 12:46 mark of the second quarter. After failing to recover 2 Carson Newman fumbles earlier in the game, Northern Colorado finally pounced on one on the Eagles' subsequent possession, and it was a costly miscue for Carson Newman. 2nd and 8, Bears at their own 39. Offset eye, Holmes and Ciccarelli. Beck wants to pass. Deep drop, looks in the left flat. Now he pulls it back down, runs to the right, gets a block. Now he will throw deep downfield. It is going to be caught at the 20-yard line. Caught by Brian Lusk, the tight end. Beck gets the play from Rod Dobbs, the offensive line coach on the sideline, sent in from the press box, and offensive coordinator Kay Dalton. Ball on the right hash, 2nd and goal from the Eagle 1. 2 tight ends, Keith Grable, the wingman, in motion to the left. 2nd back, pitch to the right. Holmes has an alley, dives into the end zone for the UNC touchdown. And the Bears lead at 13-7 with 7:18 to go in the second quarter. The Eagles' offense quickly returned to the form, which saw it score an average of 29 points per game. Tyrone Westmoreland capped an 11-play, 72-yard drive with a 2-yard run, his second touchdown, and the game was tied at 14 with 2:47 remaining before halftime. Late in the second quarter, UNC's bid for one more score before halftime appeared to have come up short. I'm not sure that Dirk Johnson has the green light here to fake it. Bears also have 2 timeouts, but you have to believe that Marty English told his punter on 4th and 15, kick it deep. You're red hot with the leg today with 2 55-yarders and a pooch punt out of bounds inside the 1. Christopher and Rumford deep. Dirk will stand at his 41 to boot it away. Junior out of Montrose on the western slope. Eagles stack the line, everyone in those navy blue and orange colors. It'll be a fake to Roberson. He'll run it right side. He's to the 40. He's to the 30. He's to the 25 and down to the 20-yard line. And the Bears call timeout with 15 seconds to go in the quarter. Marty English said if we're going to fake it, it's either going to be Dirk or the option to the up man, Tony Roberson. And Roberson goes for, 25 yards. The old high school option quarterback pulls the magic there. And
Tony Roberson's 26-yard fake punt run helped the Bears take the lead into intermission.
It will be spotted by Beck, right hash mark at the 32, a 42-yard effort. Overall, Shower 11 of 19 this year, 1 of 4 from between 40 and 49 yards. That was the 47-yarder he hit against North Dakota State. Takes a quick peek at the uprights. Tom Beck turns towards the center, takes the snap, placed down, kick on the way. It has the distance, and it is good! No time left in the second quarter, and UNC takes the lead into halftime. Bears 17, Eagles 14 on Shower's three-pointer at the gun.
4 plays into the third quarter, Carson Newman faced a 3rd and 29 from its own 6-yard line. A roughing the passer penalty on UNC gave the Eagles new life, and quarterback Zach Allen took advantage, driving his team inside the Northern Colorado 10.
2nd and 1 from the UNC 14. Christopher and Ripito split wide to the left, Parks to the right. Westmoreland and Morton again the veerbacks. No tight ends on the line for Carson Newman. Allen hollering signals. On the option, he'll keep to the left side, fake the pitch, dives, fumbled the ball, loose at the 7. Who's got it? Northern Colorado comes up with the football. Allen had it for a moment, but at the bottom of the stack, the senior Jim Porter with his 3rd fumble recovery of the year.
Even with another successful fake punt, this one by Dirk Johnson, the UNC offense could not mount a scoring drive and had to punt the ball away. But the Bears' defense was just getting started.
3rd down, 11 for the Eagles from the 11. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Morton the lone setback. No tight ends in the game. Allen will throw, drops back to the 4, over the middle, a diving interception by Bunning inside the 25 at the 23. He cut right in front of Rump, and the Bears have their 3rd turnover of the afternoon.
Eventually, UNC called upon Shower again, and he delivered a 45-yard field goal with 1 minute 29 seconds left in the 3rd to build the Bears' lead to 20-14. Allen was Carson Newman's backup quarterback and started the game because of a knee injury to first-stringer Matt Penland in Carson Newman's semifinal win over Cal Davis. Early in the 4th quarter of the championship game, Allen himself had to leave with a banged-up knee. Wide receiver Calvin Christopher took over at quarterback. Not a good situation for the Eagles.
It is a 3rd and 8 from the Eagles 35. Backs are split behind Christopher. A receiver to either side, and he wants to throw right away. Pump fake as he rolls right over the middle. It is intercepted by Jesse Tan at the 42 of UNC.
On 3rd and 9 from the Carson Newman 39, Tom Beck again turned to tight end Brian Lusk.
Holmes the lone setback, 2 tight ends, a receiver to either side. Beck will drop back to pass, plenty of protection. Now he zips it down the left hash mark, diving grab at the 15. Brian Lusk brought it in, and that'll be a 1st down. The junior has been unbelievable in a reserve/starting role this year.
The next 3 plays gained only 8 yards, so Shower trotted out again.
Showers 2 for 2 today, hit from 42 and 45. This will be a 23-yarder from the left hash mark. Tom Beck to hold. Gets the snap, placed down, kick on the way. Good. It's the hat trick for Mike Schauer in the national championship game. And with 11:20 to go, it's the Bears 23, the Eagles 14.
Allen returned at quarterback for Carson Newman, but the Northern Colorado defense sensed the desperation and acted accordingly. On 2nd and inches from the UNC 31, Jim Porter broke through and sacked Allen for a loss of 7 yards. After an incompletion, Aaron Smith hustled Allen down, and the Bears had themselves yet another turnover.
The Bears lead at 23-14 with 9:03 to go. The Eagles will go on 4th and 7 from the Bear 38. Jackson to the right. Parks and Christopher to the left. Westmoreland and Morton the veerbacks. Allen will throw. The left-hander steps up. He wants to run. He wants to throw. He's dropped. He fumbles the ball. It's recovered by Monroe at the 35. Northern Colorado gets its 5th turnover of the day, and the Bears hold again on D.
8 minutes, 54 seconds left in the game. From his 35, Tom Beck had the chance to salt away the national championship. Instead, the Carson Newman defense spiced up Beck's afternoon. Safety John Simmons laid the lumber on Beck, and number 7 would not be able to return. No problem for the Bears. In a season which saw UNC use virtually every player available, the Bears turned to Beck's able-bodied backup, senior Ryan Abrahamson. 4th down and 8 yards to go at the Carson Newman 27-yard line.
Ball on the right hash mark as the Bears break huddle. Zuniga left, Keith Grable to the right. Holmes and Ciccarelli split behind Abrahamson. Will the Bears actually fire the play off or only attempt to draw the Eagles off? Abrahamson will throw. Sets up over the middle. Caught by Hawsey inside the 20 and has a first down at the 18-yard line. The Bears pound one more nail in. 4:11 to go. Bears still lead by 9, and Ryan Abrahamson's completion, his biggest of the season without a doubt. Abrahamson looking to the sideline as the defense for Carson Newman spreads out, and here come the Bears to the line. 3rd and 11 from the Eagles 20. Keith Grable left, 2 tight ends. Holmes behind Ciccarelli in the I formation. Eagles crowd the line. Abrahamson under center. The senior backup takes the snap. Options to the right. He will keep to the 20. Gets hit by Early. Stays on his feet and struggles to the 11-yard line.
Schauer pushed his 28-yard field goal attempt wide right with 2 minutes 13 seconds left. His miss was the only positive Carson Newman could take out of a demoralizing second half. The Eagles trailed 23-14, and they frantically tried to steal a pinch of Northern Colorado's postseason magic. Ultimately, all Carson Newman found was one final portion of Northern Colorado defense.
A 12-play drive has taken the Eagles from their own 20 to the Bear 15, but they are down by 9 points with only 29 seconds to go and no timeouts. Mike Bresky, the Bears defensive coordinator, urging on his defense. Northern Colorado has the title in its grasp as the Bears look to close out the Eagles. With the ball at the 15, Carson Newman breaks huddle. First, make it 2nd and 10. Parks right. Jackson and Christopher left. Backs are split. Allen under center. Sends Christopher in motion to the right side. Monroe traces him. To the right, Allen rolls. Looks. Fires left side. It is intercepted by Roberson at the 2. Left sideline to the 20. Up to the 30. And Northern Colorado begins to celebrate. Tony Roberson with his 7th pick of the year, the Bears' 6th turnover of the day, and Northern Colorado is 19 seconds from a national championship. Can you believe that? The defense trots off the field. Ryan Abrahamson simply has to touch the knee down, and Northern Colorado will have scaled the heights of Division II college football. Joe Glenn and his son Casey embrace on the sideline. The ball at the 31. Keith Grable way back at the 15. Abrahamson touches the right knee onto the turf. The final 15 seconds tick off. The players filter out onto the field. at Braley Municipal Stadium. Final 6 seconds to go. 4, 3, 2, 1. The Northern Colorado Bears are the national champions of Division II college football. It is the stuff reserved for the dreams of youth. Today, the Northern Colorado players and coaches are boys once again with championship dreams, now a wonderful reality. Can you believe that? Northern Colorado has capped a grueling odyssey of adversity, perseverance, triumph, tears, dedication, labor and sweat, and put it all together and come out with a national championship. The emotions begin to flow for the Northern Colorado players and coaches. Exceeding joy and exultation. Unbelievable moments that will be remembered for a lifetime as Northern Colorado has come away with the school's first football and first ever team national championship in any sport. The final, Northern Colorado 23, Carson Newman 14. UNC can now rightly proclaim its place as number 1 in Division II college football. A large throng of UNC players and coaches and students and fans and boosters gather in the middle of the field around head coach Joe Glenn, who hoists the championship trophy aloft. Helmets into the air. Index fingers proclaiming the Bears as number 1 into the air. UNC 23, Carson Newman 14. It will never go away. Northern Colorado has claimed the national championship. Get used to that sound. One can say it over and over, and it is always a part of history now. The Bears boosters and fans and players and coaches savoring the moment, passing the championship trophy from player to player. Joe Glenn hoisted aloft, waving his cap in his left hand, securely clutching the championship trophy in his right. Everybody joining in the chant of UNC as the Bears hold Carson Newman scoreless in the second half and use 3 Mike Shower field goals after the score was tied at 14 to win the national championship of Division II college football. They needed miracles the 3 previous weeks. Today they simply outplayed the Carson Newman Eagles, forced a total of 6 turnovers, and Northern Colorado will celebrate long into the night as the Bears are number 1 in a season that went from high expectations to the lowest of lows at Selke Field in St. Cloud to the highest possible point in a place called Florence, Alabama. Northern Colorado 23, Carson Newman 14 in the national championship of Division II.
UNC turned in an effort fitting of a champion, rushing for 216 yards and forcing 6 Carson Newman turnovers, including 1 on each of the Eagles' 5 possessions in the second half. Tailback Billy Holmes racked up 136 yards rushing, his 6th consecutive 100-yard game. Overall, Northern Colorado outgained Carson Newman 216 to 165 yards on the ground. Defensively, Northern Colorado intercepted 3 passes, pounced on 3 fumbles, and registered 4 sacks. For the first time in the 104-year athletic history of the University of Northern Colorado, the Bears could say they were number 1. We'll be right back on The Bears Find a Way.
If you think TCI is just about cable TV, look again. Sure, we deliver dozens of great channels nationwide, but we're much more than that. Today, TCI supports neighborhoods with major contributions to education, nonprofit community groups, local business, the arts, and much more. So the next time you turn on TCI cable, look at the big picture. TCI, it's what you watch.
What can you bank on?
What a beautiful morning.
The sun coming up.
Honey, they're home.
The cows coming home.
It's that time again.
24 hours in a day. What else can you bank on? Union Colony Bank, located in Windsor, 23rd Avenue in Greeley, North Greeley and Jerry's Market, and coming soon to West Greeley at 10th Street and 54th Avenue. Union Colony Bank. Bank on it.
After Northern Colorado defeated Carson Newman and enjoyed a team dinner in Florence, the Bears began the trip back to Greeley. When they arrived at Butler Hancock Hall at 11:30 p.m., over 1,500 people were waiting to celebrate.
They believed. Everybody here, everybody at home, everybody in Greeley, Colorado, everybody just believed. And that was our motto from the beginning of this playoff run.
All these people are here watching you. What do you have to say to everybody who came out here and all those watching in Greeley?
Thank you so much. You're the best fans in the world. We're going to bring a ring home to you, Greeley, Colorado, and you, Greeley, Colorado, and everybody. You, Greeley, Colorado, and everybody. You, Greeley, Colorado, and everybody.
It's not just the team, or the coaches, but it's the spirit, the mystique, the family, the friends, the students, the people of Greeley. This could happen today without everyone here. You guys are the reason that we made it this far. We just want to thank everybody for turning out tonight, for supporting us throughout the year, and pushing us in this hunt for the national championship. And now we all can say we are number 1. On behalf of the football team here tonight, we'd like to present this trophy. It's going to be hanging up for the rest of our lives. And in our trophy case is President Skinner.
Up next, reaction from the coaches and players as the Bears Find a Way continues.
No, I don't believe this guy.
Hey, it's our monster 7th annual Cream Puff-A-Rama. If we don't have the best used car deals in town, may lightning strike me down. Whoa!
I do believe these guys.
Well, the main reason why I chose Weld County Garage
was because I was dissatisfied with service at another location, and I came down here and was approached promptly, and they treated me very well.
I believe in Weld County Garage.
If you only watched broadcast channels, this is what TV would be like. You'd miss out on a ton of those documentaries your family loves. And you'd have to say goodbye to many of the children's shows that everyone can watch together. So next time you turn on the television, look at the big picture. TCI, it's what you watch.
The Sporting Goods business is growing by leaps and bounds. With the introduction of new exciting sport-related activities, our inventory has had to expand to accommodate equipment needs. Hi, I'm Todd Gerritsen of Gerritsen Sports Center. To increase our inventory, we need a bank who understands the seasonal nature of the sporting goods business. Our choice is First National Bank. They're locally owned, and we deal personally with the decision maker. We appreciate the quick and efficient service provided by First National Bank.
First National Bank of Greeley, member FDIC.
What a wonderful ride, and just a great run through the playoffs. A team that took a motto, believe, and made everybody believe, at least in Colorado, and anybody that knew this team, God knows this team believes in themselves and in each other. All the miracle finishes they had, and then the great game they played today against Carson Newman. So proud of this football team.
No one expected us to be here, and it's the greatest feeling in the world, you know. I played in 2 championships, lost 2, third time's a charm, and it's the greatest feeling I've ever felt in my life.
You know, I didn't expect after what happened, you know, throughout the year, but it feels really good to be where we're at now and be able to call ourselves number 1.
As a little kid, you always, watch, the Super Bowl and the Orange Bowl, Rose Bowl, stuff like that, and just to be, called a champion, is a dream, first of all, and to bring the championship to Greeley and to the state of Colorado is an honor and achievement that that I can't believe we've done right now. It hasn't even really hit me, but I'm glad we did it. We went through a lot of adversity through the season, and we barely made it into the playoffs. And look at us now. We're the champions, and we're the nation's best right now, and we barely made the playoffs. And I just credit the coaching staff and my teammates just believing in one another and believing in God, and we did it.
I can't explain the feeling. There is no words. It just feels like the best thing you've ever done in your whole life.
Kids we brought in here and recruited were good players in high school, and we knew they'd be good players, eventually in college, and they have a work ethic that's unmatched in the off season. We have many kids that stay here in the summers, lift weights all through the summer, our off season conditioning. They've worked, and we have kids that just want to go play football for the love of football.
It hasn't hit me yet. I'm just so happy. I mean, I want to start crying, but it hasn't hit me yet.
Hey, I've always had a special part for this program, playing up here and then having the opportunity to coach. And I just looked at this team and I could just see the chemistry. And
I've never been a part of a team that's been this close. It's my 3-4 years here. I mean, there's been separation, either offense or defense, freshmen and seniors, and this year there's none. I mean, everyone's together, everyone's a family. There isn't one person that wouldn't give their life for another person on this team, and I mean, that's the reason. We saw that before the game, we saw it all week, and we've seen it the whole season, and I've just never been a part of anything like it. I mean, it's incredible, the togetherness of this team.
I don't think anyone can say enough good things about what our players have gone through, and I will tell you this, I was not a believer 6 weeks ago. I didn't really think we had much of a chance, but gave them a challenge and they reacted to it, and I just love every one of them, and I think it's a great opportunity for me to be able to coach those kind of people, because that's what coaching's all about. If you can find players that won't give up and want to be good and will work hard to be good, then it makes your job as a coach something that you're happy to go to work every day about.
I knew when we came here, when Kay Donald was recruiting me, he's got a lot of respect on his team, and we got good staff, and we got a national championship now.
I'm just so excited and so happy for everybody. I mean, all the red shirts back at home, family, everybody at UNC. I mean, this is just a great time. I can't believe it.
I really believe, and I'm a little old-fashioned, but if you were at our pep rally last night and you saw those kids firing our team up and firing our fans up, then again, the level of spirit on this football team was raised. And they came out and they played with, again, a passion to win, and we're very, very thankful to everybody at UNC that had a hand in getting all our kids and our students and our cheerleaders and band down here to help us win this championship.
The 1996 Northern Colorado Bears won 12 games, a UNC record, lost only 3, and made history by winning the school's first ever team national championship. The 96 Bears had taken their rightful place as the greatest team in the history of the university. Nearly every player on the roster contributed to the national title at one time or another. The players and coaches not only faced adversity, but triumphed over it. They not only exalted together while winning, they banded together when times got tough. They not only talked about winning, they sacrificed to do just that. Northern Colorado's 1996 Division II football national championship truly was a team accomplishment. Throughout the season, the Bears believed they had the talent, they believed they could win, and they believed in each other every step of the way. That belief was the foundation which helped them overcome all the adversity. Yet as much faith as the 1996 Northern Colorado Bears had in their ability to win the national championship, the result is still, for many, at least a touch unbelievable. No matter the obstacle, no matter the adversity, no matter the situation, the 1996 University of Northern Colorado Bears will always be remembered as a champion, a team that somehow was always able to find a way. Thanks for joining us. I'm Mike Rice.
Great feeling, you know, you dream of these and you hope for it and you just watch for the clock to tick down, and all you can think about is just what it feels like to finally get it over with and know that the dreams do happen, and this team believed all the way.
I've been following the Bears week in and week out, and it's been unbelievable, and I couldn't be happier. All the people we've seen here, and for the coaching staff, everyone.
When you put your children in athletics, you hope that they could experience something like this. I mean, this is something that kids play their whole life and never have anything like this. This is absolutely wonderful, and to have this, they'll remember this the rest of their lives. And so will we.
You have to support the kids, whatever they do. You know, whether it's the band, whether it's cheerleading, whether it's soccer, whatever it is, you got to support your kids. And fortunately enough, my son chose to follow the sports that I enjoy. So it's been a real pleasure for me. Something I'll never forget.
You want it, you hope, but this is his senior year, and it's like a dream come true. It's taking everything and rolling it all up into one, and it's his birthday today, and so it's like giving him a present that you couldn't possibly have dreamed of.
He just has never given up and always just keeps believing, and I think that it's a lot of his spirit has filtered on down to the team, and I'm really happy for him.
It was inevitable. We had to do it. They had to do it, and they did. They did a good job. It's a great feeling, and I'm just so appreciative of being able to coach with the coaches and the kids, just being a part of their lives for 5 years.
It's an unbelievable feeling. I can't even describe it. I mean, just for Brian and seniors to go out that way, guys.